What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another PC Classic Cars test drive video. Today we are in the black 1967 Chevrolet Camaro with a 350 and a 700 R4 overdrive transmission. Kick the AC on here. Here we go. So this 67 Camaro, it has a non-original small block in it. It's a little 350. Unfortunately, I don't have any specs on the motor. It was already in the car when I bought it. It runs really, really well. More of just a good cruiser motor than anything. It's not really a hot rod by any means. Just again, a good cruiser. 700 R4 overdrive transmission, so you can hop on the freeway and cruise 70, 75 miles an hour if you want to. Just a really easy car to drive. The power steering does what you want it to do. Brakes do what you want it to do. Just a good cruiser car front to back. Right now we're cruising about 65, 67 miles an hour. Overall road feel of the car has a really stock style feel to it. Nothing high performance, just a good stock Camaro. It drives like what a 67 Camaro should drive like. No weird shakes, no weird shimmies. The steering again is nice and tight. It doesn't have any weird floating around on the open road. It is a pretty windy day and we're still cruising really nice and straight. Aftermarket AC blows nice and cold. The blower motor produces a good amount of volume. So the air works like it should. You do have 3 gauges under the dash. You have a voltage gauge on the left, you have a temperature gauge in the middle, then you have an oil pressure gauge on the right, and then also pretty much right in front of your your left knee under the dash, there's an aftermarket horn button. The horn is not hooked up on the actual button itself with the steering wheel. There's a little button up underneath the dash that works the horn. This particular Camaro, the interior of this car was originally blue. I believe most of this interior could be original and it was simply dyed black. Not what I would personally normally do, but it was already done when we got the car. The seat covers and everything are in nice shape, but you can tell that they've probably been dyed and not replaced. Same thing with the door panels. The door panels themselves are in good shape. They do have a bunch of aftermarket speakers in both doors. The radio that's in the car is not hooked up, so my guess is it had kind of a serious sound system in it at one point. They left the door speakers but took the head unit out and just put a factory one back in the hole. So if someone wanted to rehook up these speakers, I don't think it would be too difficult to do, but the radio itself right now does not work. Your 3 gauges under the dash do work, and then you have your speedo and your fuel gauge. They work as well. And then again, like I mentioned, your heat and AC work like they should. Your wipers also work. Get on it here a little bit. It's got good power. Pulls nice and hard if you wanted to. We're about half throttle right now, so nothing too aggressive. Underside of this Camaro is really, really solid. The floors, the frame rails, not frame rails, the subframe, and then the rear frame rails, everything is really, really solid. I didn't find any rust issues, no rust replacement, just a good original metal car, at least on the bottom side. We got it out of New Mexico, good dry state. I like buying things from obviously the West Coast, New Mexico, just good solid cars. Cosmetically, I don't know when the color change was done. This car was originally a blue on blue car. Like I mentioned, the car, the the color's been changed. Same thing with the exterior. It was an arena blue car. Now it is black. The car is nice and straight down the sides. You can't nitpick the black paint. It's got some little imperfections, some little flaws here and there. If you check out our website, pcclassiccars.com, and go underneath the information on the vehicles, there's an additional link that you can click that'll take you to extra photos, and obviously some videos on the car. We do also take photos of the motor numbers, the keys, the VIN tag, so you can always check out the additional photos on any one of our cars on our website, or you can text me and I can always send you all that stuff. We'll take it down our bumpy road to test out the suspension. But so far, the drivability, it feels like a good Camaro. I would kind of classify this as the middle of a road Camaro for me as far as what I sell. I sell plenty of Camaros that are more money in the upper 40s, 50, 60 grand. I also sell Camaros that are a little bit cheaper in the upper 30s to the low 40s. This car's priced at $45,500, kind of right in the middle of the range for my Camaros. It's a really good car for someone to hop in and enjoy like it sits. But there are things that you can do to upgrade over time if you wanted to. One of the things that I would personally do on this car, it does have the RS front end on it. The RS doors are going to be a manual door right now. You do have to open and close them by hand. When you turn the headlights on, the headlights do turn on, but the doors don't open and close. The DSC electric conversion is a fantastic thing to do to any first generation Camaro. It makes the doors open and close really well. And it is a pretty cost-effective conversion. You do have a little bit more of an upfront cost to buy the kit, but once it's done, you're not going to be messing with it. The electric doors are a great conversion, and we actually do it or have done it on a lot of our Camaros in the past. This one, we wanted to keep it kind of at the price point where we have it, so we left it for the next guy to mess with the headlight doors. You can mess with what's there now, but I think it'd be more cost-effective just to buy the DSC electric conversion on it. And it'll just be a lot easier and more user-friendly moving forward. Suspension feels good. It's all stock style suspension on this particular car. Front end, like I mentioned before, feels good. The suspension doesn't have any weird rattles or weird sounds. Goes down a bumpy road at 45 miles an hour exactly like it should. Cosmetic downfalls that I didn't mention before is the windshield over here on the driver's side. There is a little nick in the windshield to the left of the driver's view, so you're not staring at it while you're driving, so it doesn't impede your view. Kind of right over here where my finger's at, there's a little rock chip. There is one little wiper mark on the driver's wiper here, and there might be a little one on the passenger side I can't quite see because of the sun glare. The windshield itself, again, is something that someone could replace if they wanted to, relatively inexpensive, especially for a Camaro like this. They make those windshields and they're relatively cheap. The side glass looks good and very well could be original. And then the back glass, again, similar to the front windshield, there's a few little scuffs, but nothing that's terrible. Doors open and close really nice. And again, just a really good driving car. The turn signal switch there, if you haven't noticed, it works both ways, but when you're turning the wheel, it doesn't cancel, so you got to click it off when you're done turning. Exhaust sounds really good. Nothing that's too loud. It's not obnoxious while you're sitting in the car. Can't have a conversation. You can hear it when you're in the throttle, but when you're not in the gas, you really don't hear the exhaust. So, nice exhaust note going down the road. Not too loud. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything that you want to see, leave me a comment on YouTube. Shoot me a text, 903-820-1019. If you don't already follow me on all my socials, pcclassiccars.com. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll see you guys again on the next test drive video. Thanks again, and see you guys later. it.